Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Augustus, and I'm back again with another episode of Tsukihime. When we last left off, Shiki did a very, very bad thing. And we left off at a decision. That decision was, what is this? And the answer is, this is just a bad dream. This is just a bad dream. But somehow, the stench of blood smells so horribly real. Wrong. Yes. Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. But I killed her. Is that fact wrong? I didn't kill her. Is that fact wrong? Yes, Tonoshiki, wanted to kill that girl. That's what I wanted to do back then. Just that. It was all so muddy inside my head, I didn't put it into words. Wrong. I feel like throwing up from the smell of blood. The contents of my stomach rise in my throat. The crimson is soaking into my eyeballs. I feel dizzy. I fall down onto my knees into the red sea of blood. My gastric juices come up. I throw everything back up. My food, my gastric juices, everything, while I cry. There is nothing left in my stomach, but my body continues to force me to throw up, as if trying to undo what had occurred and return me to a normal life. Pain. It hurts like my insides are burning. The tears won't stop, and my body collapses to the floor like a pile of garbage. My knees sink into the red puddles spread all over the floor. Red starts to stain my body. It's so painful and red, it's like I'm dreaming. I keep crying. The fact that I killed someone is making me sad. I'm not really going to try to do crying noises. The only way I can do that is by making myself cry, and I don't really want to do that. Same reason I'm not going to make puking noises, because those are uncomfortable to listen to, even if they're not real. No, that's not right. I'm sad because I killed her without reason, like breaking apart a doll. I don't understand why I feel like this, why I killed her without reason. I can't find the reason. It's a lie. It doesn't feel real. So this is just one of those dreams I have when I faint. It's a lie. Besides, how can someone cut apart someone like that with just a knife? I read it in a book once. It takes a whole day of strenuous labor to cut someone up, even when using a saw. That's why there's no way I could possibly have done such a thing with just a knife. These lines never existed in the first place. Everything was just a delusion I had fallen for. It's a lie. Gastric juice drips over my lips. You know, gastric juices and gastric juice is such a, it sounds a lot grosser, a lot more visceral than stomach acid. I like that choice of words. If it was a translation choice over a direct translation, then good on you, translators. But I'm not sure which. Nasu is he has a habit of body horror and grossness, as will become apparent in this game, and especially so in his later games, in my opinion. Some of his later writings definitely have a lot more body horror. Passing out of my mouth, dripping down my jaw. Mixed with the juices is something red. My throat is probably bleeding because my stomach keeps trying to throw up even when there's nothing left in there. It hurts. That's why this isn't a dream, and I'm just lying to myself. It's all lies. Yes, actually, I understand everything. I lusted after her. Just looking at her aroused me. When I cut her apart, it was so thrilling I almost ejaculated. Those eyes, too. If I knew these lines could cut things apart like paper being shredded, I should have understood that even a person could easily be cut apart like I just did to her. I had lived a normal life without even thinking about something like that. If I really am the sort of dangerous person who could easily kill just about anything, then I should have put out these eyes or lived a life without seeing anyone. I'm sorry, senpai, or sensei. I'm so sorry. Not even such a simple promise. Was I able to keep? Have I gone insane? I don't know. There isn't even a trace of that impulse left. The thought of holding back never crossed my mind. I didn't even consider trying to stop myself. Kill this girl. It had seemed like the obvious thing to do, and I went through with it. Then the answer is simple. I must be insane. I've probably been mad since 8 years ago when I miraculously... Effects. Slideshow. That's a real nice slideshow, but you kind of interrupted me in the middle of a sentence. I thought I had that turned off, but maybe I didn't. Let's just start the sentence over again, I guess. I've probably been mad since 8 years ago when I miraculously came back to life from a fatal accident. I can hear the sound of rain coming from somewhere. It's raining. I'm in a daze. My throat hurts when I try to breathe. I can speak. Shiki-sama. Then I become aware of someone's presence near me. My room. Somehow, I'm in my own room. Good morning, Shiki-sama. Hisui. Yes. How are you feeling? It looks like night outside to me, but what do I know? Hisui asks me an odd question. There's not a single thing wrong with my body, but why? Yes, why? Why am I asleep in a place like this, even though I was about to say killed someone, but I stopped myself. My brain tells me I shouldn't say those words. What am I doing here, Sui? Do you not remember? Your school called to say you left early. However, you did not come back even after dusk, so when my sister went to look for you, she found you resting in the park. Park? You mean the park near here? Yes. When she found you, you were resting on a park bench. Then you returned to the mansion on your own feet. You've got to be kidding. I don't remember any of that. I do not believe it is such an odd thing that your memory is unstable, Shiki-sama. It is difficult for me to say this, but when my sister brought you back, you were in a daze. I don't remember any of this, but I have no reason to doubt what Hisui says. It's almost 9 o'clock. I don't remember anything. Yes. When you returned to the mansion, you said you wanted to sleep. My sister suggested we call a doctor, but you said it happens all the time. I see. I guess I do collapse from anemia all the time, but this time it's different because I had killed someone. What did I look like, Hisui? Huh? My clothing, I mean. Was my uniform, with the blood... It was stained with blood. Your uniform was dirty, so I am washing it. Washing? You mean those blood-stained clothes? There was certainly mud on it, but nothing like blood. But it was so... Even though I was on my knees in a sea of blood, and both my arms and legs had been completely soaked red. Have you had a nightmare of some sort, Shiki-sama? You looked like you were having a bad dream until now. You do not look fine. Hisui stares at my face. A dream. A dream. Was it a dream? That feeling, the smell of blood, that hideously beautiful white girl. No, maybe you're right. That's just a bad dream. Phew. I breathe out slowly. That's right. That's got to be a bad dream. There's no way I could break my childhood promise to Sensei needlessly and for no reason. I'm finally awake. Yes. If you're feeling better, I will go prepare dinner now. As long as you don't cook. Dinner, huh? I knew it's just a dream, but the color and smell of blood still lingers in my mind. No, it's fine. I'm just gonna sleep like this tonight. More importantly, Hisui. Yes, what is it, Shiki-sama? Well... It seems like I came back after dusk. Did Akiha say anything? Akiha-sama was not home yet at the time. She came back about 2 hours ago and was informed of your condition through my sister. Hisui seems to silently ask, what about it? Oh, it's nothing. I was just wondering if she was disgusted with me for causing her trouble on just the second day after I've come back. It did seem like Akiha-sama was distressed, but I was not saying she was disgusted. Saying that, Hisui takes a step away from me. Well, I'll be leaving now. Please call for me if you need anything. Yeah, thanks. Oh, one more thing I forgot to ask. Yes, what is it, Shiki-sama? It's raining outside. When did it start? Before you came back, Shiki-sama. When my sister found you, you were drenched. I see. I can't even remember that. It seems like it was a pretty serious case of anemia. If that's the case, I shouldn't have pushed myself and should have just rested at school. Good night. I'm really sorry about today. That's actually Shiki. Please express my gratitude to Kohaku-san too. I understand. Good night. A dream, huh? It's like I don't even know what I felt. But if I can't understand what's happening or how I feel about it, how do I know it was a dream? I can hear the sound of rain outside. My mind still feels a little fuzzy, a little heavy. I glance down at my chest. The old wound from 8 years ago is still definitely there, like a burn scar. On top of my desk lies the knife my father left me. The old blade which had cut that white girl into 17 pieces. That was a dream. Nothing more. I repeat this over and over again, trying to placate myself until I sleep. But when I was a child, I think someone once told me, don't tell lies that can't even fool yourself. 3, The Black Beast 1. When I come to, it's morning. Maybe the rain stopped. I can't hear it anymore. It seems clouded over outside, and the sunlight through the window is dim. Taking a deep breath, I get out of bed. I didn't sleep well last night. Over and over, as I was about to fall asleep, that scene would replay in my mind and keep me awake. A crimson flow in limbs everywhere. Reason and memory are liabilities at times like these. They force me to remember things I only want to forget. It's just a dream. Why am I so bothered by it? Yes, just a dream. I should forget it quickly without a moment's delay. Knock, knock. Someone knocks on the door. It's past 6 o'clock in the morning. Who could it be this early? Excuse me? Shiki-sama, are you awake? Yeah, I've been sleeping since yesterday afternoon, so I'm awake early. So what about you, Hisui? What's happening at this time in the morning? Hisui falls silent. Actually, now that I look carefully, I notice she has my school uniform in her hands. I see. You brought me a change of clothes. Yes, I am sorry. I have shown you something you do not wish to see. Hisui keeps silent. What is it I didn't want to see? I don't get it at all. I don't understand, but thanks anyway. Just leave the clothes there. I'll get changed as soon and go to the sitting room. Hisui nods in assent. Very well then. Please excuse me. Hisui begins walking silently, only to suddenly turn around. Shiki-sama, if you have the time, I will prepare a bath for you. A bath? In the morning? Yes. You are terribly dirty, Shiki-sama. Would it not be best for you to wash before you go to school? Hisui asks me with her usual lack of expression in a disinterested voice. Now that she mentions it, I am dirty. I did collapse from anemia in the park yesterday after all, and you were covered in rain, and so it's not unnatural. Yeah, not unnatural at all. Yeah, would you mind doing that for me? I'll have time for that before I go to school if it's this early. I understand. Please come to the bathroom in about 20 minutes. Hisui sets my uniform down and leaves the room. It's still 6 o'clock in the morning. With nothing to do, I spend the 20 minutes in my room staring at the ceiling. I enter the bath and pour water over my head, which makes me feel a little refreshed. I take a deep breath as the cold water soaks my hair. What a terrible dream. There's got to be something wrong with me, having a dream where I kill a beautiful woman like that. Just bumped my mic a bit, or pop filter rather. Hopefully that didn't make any strange noises on the recording. If just one day of living in an unfamiliar mansion is enough to give me dreams like that, I hate to think what the days ahead are going to be like. Sigh. I've really got to get it together. I clear my head with another splash of cold water and wash myself. Ow. I feel a string as the towel touches my throat. What's this? I look at my neck in the mirror. How did this happen? My throat is red and swollen. It's almost as if I injured it by repeatedly throwing up. I return to my room and change into my uniform. It's barely 7 o'clock. Astounded at how much clearer my head feels after the bath, I pick up my bag and leave the room. Kohaku-san has just come out of the sitting room when I go down the stairs. Good morning, Shiki-san. You sure are early today. Kohaku-san makes a bow while smiling. And you look refreshed, too. Have you just had a bath? Yeah, I just took one. It's amazing, Kohaku-san. Can you tell? I mean, your hair's probably wet, I'm sure. You can tell just by looking at you because your hair isn't dry, Shiki-san. You certainly look cuter after you've had a bath. I avert my gaze just a little as I'm faced with that warm, carefree smile. It's kind of embarrassing. Please hold on for just a minute. I'm going to prepare some breakfast now. Eh? Breakfast. I guess she meant something to eat. Such a trivial thing causes me to remember the color of blood. I don't have much of an appetite at the moment. Is a Western-style breakfast like yesterday fine with you, Shiki-san? Yes. Yeah, I don't mind, so breakfast, huh? That bath felt so good that I almost forgot about it. Really? You didn't eat last night either, so I was talking to Hisui-chan about how the sound of your stomach might have woken you up. No, sadly, that's not the case. I've been a light eater since I was little, so often I skip 1 or 2 meals at a time. I see. Now that you mention it, you've got a nice body without any excessive meat on you. Could it be that you're a vegetarian? Perhaps. Come to think of it, I did get the feeling that all I ate at the Arima house were vegetables. Kohaku-san busily heads back to the sitting room. But I don't feel like eating right now. It's alright, Kohaku-san. I'll go to school without eating today. Tell Akiha for me. Bye. I head towards the doorway. Suddenly, my arm is tightly grabbed. Shiki-san. Eh? I can't believe it. Kohaku-san is angry. What are you saying, Shiki-san? Haven't you looked in the mirror this morning? Well, I took a look in the bathroom mirror. You're lying. You wouldn't say something like that if you looked even once. Kohaku-san is seriously angry. Come to think of it, when I saw my face in the mirror, I looked like I saw death warmed over. I'll be fine. It's just that I don't have a lot of blood in me, so I look worse than normal people. This won't do. You won't grow without eating breakfast. If you don't have an appetite, I'll prepare you something easy to eat. So please go to the dining room. Holding onto my arm, she drags me straight towards the sitting room. I've got no choice. I really don't feel like going along with this, but I'll have to accept Kohaku-san's good intentions. Good morning, Nissan. How do you feel? Akiha greets me reservedly. That firmness about her yesterday is gone. I guess it's because she's worried about me. Good morning. I'm feeling well. Good in a certain way. Returning her greeting, I head towards the dining room. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is where we're going to end the episode. Are we going to have breakfast? What are we going to have for breakfast? Was that all just a dream? What's going on in the mind of Tonoshiki? And why does something feel like there's nothing good going on? Find out the answer to these questions and more next time. I hope to see you there.